It was hard, ladies and gentlemen. And I was facing financial difficulties in my own life. I was behind on my bills and my dreams, and I'm saying to them, you can live your dream. It was hard, ladies and gentlemen. It was very difficult to pick myself up each day believing that I could do it. There were times that I doubted myself.
Life has a way of pushing our dreams down. They can become buried under discouragement, buried under past mistakes. There are dreams buried under divorce, buried under low self-esteem. It's easy to settle for mediocrity, even though we have all this potential buried on the inside.
But for some reason or another, you've been holding back. For some reason or another, you just have not been able to gather your nerves or be able to work through the procrastinating or putting it off or justifying or blaming. Some reason or another, you just haven't done it. Don't wait around for things to be just right. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Don't wait for the ideal situation. It will never be ideal.
We must control our thinking. The same rule that can lead a man to a life of success, wealth, happiness, and all the things he's ever dreamed of for himself and his family, that very same law can lead him into the gutter. It's all in how he uses it, for good or for bad.
You should be in such a zone that your mind is only programmed to look forward. You are not looking backwards. You are not looking to the right. You are not looking to the left. You gotta be focused. Once you get clear on what you want, you have to have the courage to chase it.
Knowing that intellectually and personally, you can actually do the things that will make major changes in your life.
Hardship can humble you, but it cannot break you unless you let it. Your instinct for survival will see you through if you're in tune to its frequency. Instinct will find a temporary stopgap without ever taking its sights off your larger goals. There's no greater way to hone your instincts than to overcome adversity.
So work! Dig a little deeper. The most important thing about believing in yourself is that you must identify who you are. Believe in yourself.
You're not sentenced to this life this way. You chose it. You get to choose as much as you want. You get to design it any way you choose. You're not sentenced to your future. You have an opportunity to your future.
Deciding who are we going to be. You know, we shouldn't hope to end up one day a magnificent, strong, beautiful, capable, kind, loving person. We should start living like that today, hopefully, so that we become that. That who we become is not an accident, but hopefully a purposeful intent. That our days and how we approach our days are literally driven by the intention of who we're going to bring. That we bring our character into each of the circumstances of our lives, and by doing that, maybe we can't always direct every circumstance of our life. We can't control everything, but we can certainly control our responses to them. We can certainly dictate who we're going to be in those circumstances, and that helps us achieve our ultimate destiny that we desire, not one that just lands on us. I think the other thing that really comes to people's into their power is when they really discover that, you know, each of our days is something that we can also design. Not just design who you're going to be. How are you going to design your day? What's this day going to be about? What's going to get your attention? What's going to get your focus? And what should not be getting your focus is just your inbox, or just what I call browser blackout, clicking around on all these blue links or images, or swiping here and swiping there, and then losing 4 or 5 hours of your day. Because what ends up happening for so many people is they lose 2 or 3 hours to distraction each day, maybe 4 hours of distraction of television a day. And over the course of their lives, now a decade is gone of opportunity, a decade of missed opportunities to connect with your family, to achieve your dreams, to work a little harder, to contribute that thing you always contribute, to learn that skill that you wanted to learn. Like, we have to decide on our days. We have to design them. We have to wake up and decide what this day is going to be about, what's going to get done, what's going to deserve our focus, who will we reach out to, instead of just responding to everybody else's needs.
Before you start the day, ask yourself, How do I want to think today? How do I want to feel? How do I want to behave? I mean, what would greatness look like? What would love look like today? What could I do that would be really cool for me at the end of the day? Say, wow, so I had a good day today. What would make me feel that way? And if you can't find an answer to that, start reading. Who reads anymore? Read a book.
I read so many books a week.
I know, I'm that way too. So read something about, you want to be wealthy? Read a book about someone who became wealthy, and get real and realize they may have failed 50 times before they actually pulled it off. Or what were their characteristics? What were their traits? What made them? So it wasn't about their wealth, it was about who they became. That's the key, right? So fill your brain with a little knowledge, and then just start asking yourself, what's the greatest expression of myself that I can be today? And rehearse it. Rehearse how you're going to be. And then if it leads to a different choice, that's the unknown. Mm-hmm. And just know that it's not going to be predictable. It's going to be a little uncomfortable. That's where the magic happens. If you can stay relaxed and awake in the unknown, things get pretty exciting. When you're back to the known, you're back to the familiar. Don't expect anything to change in your life. And if you say it's that person or that circumstance, you defaulted and went back to the program of the victim, allowing your outer environment controlling your thoughts and feelings. If you truly do this well, this is what I discovered. If I truly feel the feelings of my future before they occur, and I live in that state, I'm no longer looking for it to happen.
Being capable and open to controlling yourself and taking personal accountability for your life is a crucial factor in achieving happiness, well-being, success, accomplishments, and personal leadership. The act of embracing responsibility is among the most challenging disciplines, yet it's pivotal because success hinges on it. When you evade accepting responsibility and instead try to shift the blame for the aspects of your life causing unhappiness onto others, institutions, or circumstances, it distorts the relationship between actions and outcomes. This weakens your character, diminishes your determination, and dilutes your essence as a human being. This pattern paves the way for offering endless excuses. In the fast-paced world we live in, keeping our focus can be a challenge. We're surrounded by many things that want our attention. Think about all the information, messages, and tasks that come our way every day. They can easily take us away from what truly matters. But here's a secret. When we take responsibility for our actions, it helps us have more control over our lives. It's like a cycle. The more responsibility we accept, the more in control we feel. And when we feel in control, we also feel happier and more positive about things. Imagine you're juggling lots of tasks, like keeping plates spinning in the air. In this fast world, staying focused is like holding onto those spinning plates. Now, here's the interesting part. The more we say, "I am responsible," the better we become at handling these tasks. It's almost like a superpower. When we say these words, we're actually saying that we have a role in what's happening. This helps us feel strong and capable. Plus, it stops negative feelings from stealing our happiness. Whenever we're upset, we can just remind ourselves that we are responsible for our reactions. Now, let's think about intelligence. It's like a tool that can cut in two directions. We can use it to come up with reasons why things aren't our fault, or why others are to blame. But we can also use it to find out why we are responsible for what's happening and take action to fix it. It's like choosing between making excuses and making progress. Even in situations like accidents, where we might not be at fault, we're still responsible for how we react. Leaders, those people who guide and inspire others, show us something important. They always take responsibility for what's going on. They don't complain or get upset when problems show up. Instead, they act quickly to solve issues. Being a leader means having a responsibility. It's like a super skill that helps us stay calm when things go wrong. Just as we don't get mad at the weather, we don't let things we can't control bother us. And we don't let past events steal our happiness either. It's like saying, "What can't be changed, I will accept." This way, We don't let old memories make us sad. Now, let's talk about controlling our emotions. Imagine you're the boss of your feelings. Taking charge of your emotions starts with saying, I am responsible for how I feel. This means we don't blame others or make excuses for our feelings. Instead, we take control by deciding how we'll react to what happens. Even when we're angry or worried, the best way to feel better is to take action towards our goals. But before we dive into action, we need to decide that we'll be the boss of our thoughts, feelings, and actions. We stay busy with important things, so we don't have time for negative feelings. By being in control of ourselves, we become more powerful, happier, and positive in everything we do. The key to focused thinking isn't just about dealing with distractions. It's about creating a world where we're in charge of our thoughts, where we can be more creative, get things done, and become better versions of ourselves. It's like a special ability we have to choose what we focus on in a world full of things trying to get our attention. So remember, by taking responsibility and staying in control, we can lead a happier and more successful life.